Yeah.
It's now May.
All right. Well, that's just that's the only thing is Holmberg's going to come in and he will be bigger and heavier than Nick Robertson.
Yeah, and on the other hand, left wing on the top line for the Florida Panthers last game was Boqvist, Jesper Boqvist. You know,
but he scored a big goal.
Yeah, but there are going to be soft spots in lineups, and could one of these guys do something like that?
And to be fair to Matthew Nyes, a lot of these games for me, he's been the most noticeable of the three. And he gets into the forecheck, and he goes to the front of the net, and he's good in the power play. Like, I don't think the least of my worries about the Toronto Maple Leafs is Matthew Nyes, too. Yeah. Like, have you not liked his game, Kipper? As a top line left winger? Like, I think he's been pretty good in the playoffs.
Yeah, but I think he's going to get so much better in a few years.
Yeah, but it's not a few years. Like, I think he's giving them enough for a top line player to me.
No, not for me.
Okay.
Not for me. And I'm not talking about the heavy forechecking, and I'm not talking about standing in front of the net and whacking one in. I'm just talking about overall poise and confidence to hold on to a puck and make better plays, better passes. Matthews, Marner, looking more like a number one line. Matthews isn't doing it, Marner's not doing it, and Nyes is not doing it for me in terms of looking like a number one line for me.
So then that kind of brings us to our next thing here is that they didn't switch it up.
Mm-hmm.
So
I would like to hear Berube on clip 4 on not splitting up Matthews and Marner.
It's always a consideration. I think, I've split them up this year at times, and I never felt that it really did anything, to be honest with you. These guys have been a combo for a long time, and they've had a lot of success. I mean, so I trust them. I trust in them. I believe in them.
This is the part, again, where I want 82 games in a regular season to have different looks just in case I need them in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
We've been all over that.
I don't know if it's 10 days or 2 weeks, but at some point, like, move it around. Keep these guys guessing a little bit. Make somebody bench somebody. Give somebody a healthy scratch. Move someone up in the lineup for a game or two and give them. It was just way too predictable all season long for me.
So I was looking for this, and I just found this article from Jonas Siegel in The Athletic, and he writes about Matthews and Marner together. And what Berube just say? He said that they've been a good combo for years or whatever. Here are the number of assists for Marner on Matthews' 5-on-5 goals in the past 6 postseasons, including this one: 0, 1, 1, 2, 0, 1.
Really?
So you have no Marner to Matthews connections in the playoffs. And now Matthews hasn't scored many goals in the playoffs, so that's part of it.
Yeah.
But like this is my point, guys.
But then if you did it during the regular season, it'd probably be as high as any pair.
For sure.
Right?
For sure. But
that's what he's going by, the regular season.
And my point is he shouldn't be. There's enough sample in the playoffs to go, there's no reason to believe that this duo is unbreakable. We have to play these two together. So to your point, I would have liked to have seen some more combinations throughout the year to have something else to go to. We know he doesn't like Nylander with Matthews. Well, now what? Kind of feel like you run out of options.
And I know he's probably the only one he's really, truly that I've seen anyways double shift is Nylander on occasion. And even to have, I don't know why he wouldn't do it for Matthews or Marner, but it's just Willie.
I see your point.
In my point.
If you need to slip Mitch out there.
I'm watching Peter DeBoer with Rantanen, and he's got Rantanen out there, of course, with his number one line with Rupe Hintz, but then he'll drop Rantanen down and he'll give him 5 or 6 minutes.
Because Rantanen is unbelievable.
He'll give it to he'll move him with Steele on the fourth line, and it's like
no one goes to prison. They just it's okay.
But go to your horses, and he never did it at any point at all where it's like just get some different looks here. You may need them, and he's not. He's no different than Sheldon. It's like I got two choices, right? Matthews and Marner's together, or Tavares with Marner.
What's funny is Sheldon used to take those two pairs, set them aside, and put the rest in a blender. But Berube's just kind of likes it the way it is. This is what we trust, what we believe in, and off we go.
It's just something that we haven't really looked at much.
Why?
Are you and Derek on good
I
drop-in?
Big hug after the show.
Big hug.
Told him I loved them. We worked together for almost 12 years now.
Yes.
He knows I love him.
Yes.
Why do you think that? Do you think it's the penalty kill stuff where it's like they already carry
That's a
such a
good
heavy
point.
load? Like, what is it? Is that the reason? Like, that you can't stick them out there with Lorentz and Lawton for a shift?
It is a reason, though, to keep them together as a pair because you do PK them and you don't want to get your lines all mumbo-jumboed. But then you don't have to PK them as a pair either.
No, but you do now because you took Kampf back out. So
Yeah.
you do.
Boy, Kampf, tough. If this is how his season ends,
Yeah.
tough going into next year.
All right, you guys want to get a thought from Berube on the bottom six?
Yes, I do.
And then let's do goaltending before we.
All right,
Let's
Clip.
Yeah, well, no, we did get contributions last series a little bit from them, and we got a goal from Max Domi this series. Yeah, we do need them to chip in if it's that's important for sure, and it's not like they're not trying to score. They just got to keep doing what they're doing, and see what happens. I mean, with goals, but you're right, we do need contributions from everybody.
Tough when you watch Florida get goals last game from Boqvist, Greer, Gadjevich. I don't think it wasn't him.
Every
defenseman, Mikkola.
Yeah. Mikko
Mikko
Makala.
Pretty darn good.
Yeah.
And I think that's the true test of having like real depth is when guys can come in and find a way to contribute here. And I mean, Robertson, we had written off in November, December. He stuck around enough to play 70 games, put him in once, and going right back. And it's
not like he had a good game.
But he
I know,
scored.
But my point is, did they have enough depth to really start this thing when you look at it?
I think so. 14 guys. You could use one more high-end guy, right? One more.
Just to slot everybody better.
They turn Lawton into, take your pick of guys who are available at the deadline, I guess.
But not to
Brock
go,
Nelson.
not to zoom out
Not
too
that he
much.
scored in playoffs.
Not to zoom out too much here, fellas, but this is the flaw.
Mhm.
Where
They don't have enough money to spend on anyone else, and
you pay 4 guys a lot of the money. You need those guys. Like, I mean, we've had this conversation a million times.
I know.
It just feels like kind of Groundhog Day, blaming the severely underpaid, underutilized bottom 6 for lack of production when it's the top guys that have a lack of production.
You know what kills me about the whole thing, though, is like when Dubas gave those guys the initial contracts, the idea was like, as the cap goes up, they're going to have